Go! We're live, baby! That's all the energy I have.
Yay! No music?
Oh, I forgot about music. We were just
Yeah.
chatting along. Here's some chill hip hop, which will keep everybody nice and calm because the chat gets wild sometimes. There.
This one is called Chill Hip Hop?
It's called chill hop.
Chill Hop?
No hip. It's chill to the hop, to no hip to hop.
No, don't do that, John.
Oh, okay. Only you can rap. Good morning, folks. We've got 1,000 people in the chat right now.
1,000 people.
For some
wow.
reason, it doesn't show up in the thing correctly.
I'm just gonna assume it's 1,000 people.
It's 1,000 people. I can't even keep up with the chat, but I'll do my best. We got some familiar faces here.
Mm.
The classics, the OGs, the lover boys.
Lover boy.
So thank you all. Good morning. And I hope that you are enjoying your day tremendously so far.
I mean, I hope that you're enjoying your day to a moderate degree. You know what I mean? Tremendous is a little.
Keep yourself. You got to keep people in check.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I like giving you guys a place to go. If you're already enjoying your day tremendously, it's like, where the fuck are you going? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Calm yourselves.
Calm yourself.
So, man, I'm sleepy. I'm a little sleepier than normal for some reason today, and I'm not exactly sure why.
Well, I'm sleepy because it's 5 in the fucking morning or 6 in the morning.
You don't even know what time it is. You're so tired. Yes, I did order that. I got like every version, by the way, I think, except for I may not have done the Super Saiyan 3, by the way. I don't know. I can't keep up with everything I ordered from 5K Toys. So thank you all for being here. The true heroes of this channel and some people that like his channel.
It's true.
And by that, I mean, we're actually pretty even right now. 22 on me, 25 on you. It's usually like double for you. So I guess people are maybe a little tired of Hatter rants.
I think so.
Impossible.
2025 is the year of my ruin.
Yeah, the flipper's gonna come out and just fucking sink you.
Yeah, it's over for me, guys.
Yeah, right? The QC issues.
I hope you had a good time.
The flip action causes it actually causes people to have to go see a doctor because of the damage it does to them.
Yes, that's right.
Urgent care.
Ends up ruining me. I have to do a final episode. John, what would a Mad Hatter final episode look? Would it have like the Seinfeld final episode where it's like, I hope you had the time of your? Would there be like a montage?
Well, if you're saying Seinfeld, then I guess it would be all the people you've wronged that come and talk shit.
Oh, like the courtroom.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Marble Rye ladies there.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, I kind of like that. What a horrible day that would be. The final Mad Hatter episode, that'd be tragic.
I mean, the day will come.
I mean, the day will come, but like, you know, it's gonna be sadder if it's hey, this is the last episode versus like I do an episode and the next day I just get hit by a bus and that became the last episode.
Yeah, that's like the day of rejoice for a lot of people. Not sad. Well, look, as far as things to talk about today, depending on whose channel you're at, my thumbnail title's about how the fact that I texted him, it was a setup for a thumbnail. I texted him to see what his response would be. And I said, we get to be friends tomorrow. And that's a real, those are real texts in that.
Real text, yes.
Yeah. He said, I'd rather be enemies though. So,
I mean, isn't enemies more fun, John?
Frenemies, I guess you could do.
I mean, we are frenemies. You got a frenemy.
Hey, it works.
Frenemy. His name is John, and his last name is Maxwell. He says sarcastic stuff under his breath because you got a frenemy named Jonathan Maxwell.
Oh, that's pretty good, except for all of it. If I were going to change anything, it would be most of it. So the only thing I liked was Frenemy. If you're joining from Mad Hatter's channel, then you know that the original topic and from last week was to talk about all these, which is
Oh my God, there's so much.
I know. Look, so there's this, plus there's the Lingzong brand or whatever. That's on this website too. We
Hey,
can look that
how
up.
do you even pronounce that
I
shit?
don't know, but they better give us a dumb American way to say. Where is it?
Ling. Type in TMNT.
I thought it was. Oh, it's right here.
Stupid.
Stupid boy. I think once these hit people's doorway, these will be the greatest TMNT that anybody owns.
They're looking pretty good, man.
Yeah. Toe articulation, they got hip swivel, so taking advantage of what we get with a lot of imports. The shell cut out there for ab crunch. We'll see if it actually crunches, because it might be, there's sometimes you get this cut and it doesn't do anything.
Right.
But they got butterfly joints in the shoulders and stuff. I think these are going to be it. This is going to be the hot thing that people are going to clamor for.
And clamor they will. Yes,
Especially for the scale, because, people, their problem with JoyToy is the scale.
Those things are like what the Michael Bay figures should have been, or not figures. What like
the movie
they should have looked like.
I agree. A nice mix of modern and nostalgia or whatever.
Dude, speaking of like other TMNT lines, that fucking mech Michelangelo is wild, man. That whole I'm so afraid of that fucking Heat Boys line. It's like,
oh fuck, these might be the best ones. I forgot about these.
Oh yeah, Heat Boys is doing their own. Yeah, these are
fudge your butt. Of course, we haven't seen. Have we seen products during Wonderfest that they were like, maybe they were gray?
Oh yeah. I think they have sculpts for these guys.
Oh God. Okay. Well, I don't know what to say. I don't know what's gonna.
Look, it's only $1.01. Get it.
4% off too. Yeah, this is gonna be tough, man.
How much? What's the full price on these?
No idea.
Oh, it doesn't say like at the bottom.
No, it's just like a placeholder for them. We came here to look at these because you did a review on this big boy and all of his weapons.
Dude, it's so good, man.
There's so much going on that I didn't know about. I didn't know that it had the little baby, the little
baby turtle that fits in the. It's like a Pacific Rim Ninja Turtle, man.
That's right. Oh my God.
But it's not like a crappy one. It's not like, hey, let's whip up a Ninja Turtle mech. They also have this. This is a Leonardo that turns into.
Yeah, we don't have the photos though, unfortunately.
There's no. Oh yeah, this Leonardo turns into the turtle van.
Yeah,
turns into a really dope turtle van too.
It's ridiculous.
April.
Yeah, the April's coming. Splinter. Let's see what these look like.
It looks like
wow. It's pretty sweet.
He looks like he's going to be short.
As he should be. Short and awesome. I know that life.
That April looks like he'll be able to do the rogue pose that you love.
That's true. Look at the placement of this arrow. Why?
Oh, hey, what's going on with that?
It goes down and up.
Yeah, it's a little rated R. It's a little blue for my liking.
Well, who's this? What is this? This is a transformable one. Oh my God! This is with the look at this station.
What does he transform into? Leonardo transforms into the van.
I don't know, but I do like the idea of this like station that you see in things like Gundam and Pacific Rim.
I know, I like that too. But what the fuck do you transform into? Maybe the blimp or something?
Ooh, yeah, maybe. Anyway, let's get back to the Joy Toy. So, for anybody that is interested in anything that we've been showing off, but specifically for the Joy Toy, which is what we're here to talk about, um, links in the description, at least of my video. I think it should be in both of ours, depending on how this Restream puts stuff into your videos. But you can do this QR code, and pay attention. There are promo codes. I've seen, I don't know who it is, but I've seen people use a link and then not use a promo code on something, and I feel bad because I have no way to, like,
Right.
don't know who it was. But you can scan that QR code or the other QR code, the one that's up top. Use NOSTALGIA-KOWKIS. You get 6% off. So you can order anything off that website. The one thing that people don't know is that Kowkis also has free shipping, which is pretty crazy because they ship it direct from China. They don't ship it to somewhere in the US and then ship it out to you, which is what a lot of companies will do, like 5K Toys. You pay for shipping with 5K Toys, but they're also shipping direct from a US location. These folks will ship directly from China. That's why sometimes they're wrapped up in like loads of bubble wrap. I realized that I got a figure from them that was inside of a box that looked like flower Legos, but it was some other brand. And I was like, what the hell's this? And I open it, and then the box that I ordered was in there. I had somebody comment on a video the same thing. They're like, oh, my mom's mad because they got this thing and it's just like knockoff Legos of a flower or whatever. And I said, did you open that box? And this was like a Christmas item, so it was like days later. And he's like, oh my God, it's in there. So yeah, just be aware of that.
Got it. Yes. Kowkis is good.
But that is my QR code if you want to support me. And for those of you, which would be, I'm going to say 76 of you that don't care about me, you can scan this one and support Mad Hatter. So promo codes are basically the same. So it's our like channel name and then dash Kowkis. But there you go. So I'll leave that up.
Kowkis is real good. Yeah.
But you got to be careful of what you're buying because, like, while these can be good, especially during December when they had that 10% off, it was crazy. Plus the free shipping. But sometimes, like, you might go through here and look at, I don't know, Super 7. And you'll see a price on these things and kind of like $96 is crazy. So I know that the stuff that they're getting, they also will ship to more places than just the US. So it is better for people around the world. But yeah, it's not a site that we would like guarantee the best price on for anything. But these things generally are.
JoyToy generally has the best price.
Yes. On the lower end or the same amount as what another store might be.
Yeah, they have like they also have like a different business approach than like 5K. Like Kowkis, like if you talk to them, they'll talk back. You know what I mean? Like they'll like where 5K is like, oh, we'll just stay silent if you talk to us. You know what I mean? Like so.
And that happens to us too. Just so people know.
Right, I know. John kind of has to say that, but I'll say that it's a different business approach.
No, I'm saying that like. We have direct partnerships with 5K and they will still leave us on red, basically, and we won't hear from them for like a week. So for consumers, it gets really tough. But
right.
Yeah, Kowkis will talk to anybody at any time, which is nice.
Everybody does business in different ways. It takes all kinds, guys. By the way, Too Much New Toys did say that Donatello turns into, I can't find this thing. It says it turns into a helicopter, and then Raph is a tank. So I guess
it's
different shit.
Well, that's awesome.
But yes, get your JoyToy on because John and I have talked about this numerous times, and I feel like this is becoming like the new like fun line. You know what I mean? Like the new fun. Hey, what are they going to do next? Kind of like how NECA was at a point. I'm not saying that NECA is not that anymore. But I don't know what's going on with NECA. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know what their new product is. This is the weirdest time, like to be like a NECA fan, like in terms of Turtles, because like I don't know what's on the horizon. I know there's some like Last Ronin stuff they keep teasing. It's like black and red. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But
Yeah.
like that, I don't know what is going on. But like these guys, um, I feel like are kind of like going for it. I do know that I don't want to blow up a spot, but there's a customizer that is going to make some really awesome stuff for this scale as well. I'm going to like spotlight. John, did I show that to you at all? Like,
I know somebody
that,
has made hats and jackets for the turtles that are disguise sets, but I'm not sure who that
okay.
was.
No. I'm talking like vehicles and like fun stuff like that. So,
Oh, right. I
yeah,
wonder if we're talking about the same person. Does he have a
maybe
Dio right now?
he does have a Dio.
Okay. Well, there's at least two people I know that have Dios for these guys. All right. So this is a stunning line for sure. This guy runs a little bit smaller than the turtles. I hold on. I put together some photos thanks to somebody on Facebook last week. So let me let me open these photos.
While you do that, are Joy Toys
No.
small? Are they small? They're 1/18 scale, so they are smaller than 1/12 scale. If that's what you're asking. Unless small SMOLL means something else. Is that some kind of like slang term? Maybe I'm just kind of out of it. But yeah,
You're definitely out of it. So Jay Parente posted these on Facebook. Oh my God. Don't hit the scroll wheel, whatever you do. But here are some height comparisons. So we do know now that Slash is just a little bit shorter than the Turtles, but he's a little wider, I guess. Maybe a little wider. Yeah. Which is an interesting take. I think that works for Slash.
what, to be the same size as a turtle, but just
Shorter.
wider?
I mean, it's 0.2 centimeters, but he's, yeah, shorter, wider. I don't know that I feel that same way. Um, hold on here. So that's that. I don't know if I feel the same way about Toka being a little bit shorter.
Yeah, I don't mind it. Um, um, a lot of times Slash is depicted as kind of like the same size as like the turtles, but yeah, Toka. So that means that Toka is going to be shorter than like Bebop and Rocksteady.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
those are beefy boys. Now, it does look like they're measuring this to like halfway up the bandana. I don't know. I mean, this is just a digital graphic, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's fine for Slash. Makes me feel a little weird about his height. We know that this guy is one of the tallest. Well,
The
both of
figure
them.
is so good. This Bebop and Rocksteady is so fucking good.
Unbelievably good. They shouldn't be this good.
Yeah, it's wild how good they came out, man. It's a very dangerous line.
Yeah,
Um,
well, and they're just shoving them out the door. They're producing so much stuff so quick.
well, that's what I like. This company, and again, I'm a newbie to this company, so some people, are gonna be like, "Man, these guys have been like this for a long time." But they have an infrastructure. They have vehicles. They have like they know. I mean, they got their shit together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's a not to say like ignore some of these newer companies. You know, that might not, but like it is comforting that like it's a company that not only has their shit together, but like they are this aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah. Yeah. It doesn't make sense to be this small and that fantastic. I mean, the articulation, the joints are like other than I think most people suffer from the same thing where like the torso just pops apart if you crunch it a little too hard. But at least it's not like you don't feel like things are breaking. All the joints are very buttery smooth. They don't
Yeah, they
feel
are.
loose. They don't feel like too tight. They just work, which is nice. Um, and like you mentioned, the vehicles. So they have a lot of stuff with like Warhammer and everything. I think it's a no-brainer for them to produce 1/18 scale like turtle vans or motorcycles, things. I know people have been buying some motorcycles already from other lines.
Dude, they are going to do a turtle van for sure. Duarte Studios was I think
Yes.
Too Much New Toy said. By the way, I can't click on people's chats. So I
Yes,
see.
you logged in as the wrong thing then?
Did I?
You must have, because when you log in the right way, you'll have full access like I do,
I did
remember?
log in as the wrong fucking thing.
You could leave and come
Damn it.
back.
Huh?
You could leave and come back.
Let me do that.
Yeah. And then I won't let him in. I mean, I'll let you in. But this Krang is the biggest one. So this is 6 inches, right? Let's use our handy dandy tape measure. So 16 centimeters is over 6 inches. That is 6 3/4 almost. That is nuts. That is a very, very large figure. So I'm glad that's the case. And I'm sure a lot of people are happy about that. But he is going to tower over these turtle boys. Oh, he logged in as the same thing, I think. Didn't you?
No, I think I can. Did I log in as the same
I don't know.
thing?
You just unless you use MHR for both of your logins.
No, I just changed it to MHR.
Okay. Well, then you should be fine.
Let me see if I can. Yeah, there you go. You can click on this. Riley Bob member for 27 months. What a sweetie. Thanks, buddy. Sorry, what are we talking about?
This profile pic. I can't zoom in on it. It's a cosplay of April and Irma. Oh, it's not a Super Mario image that he usually uses. So,
did I miss April and Irma cosplay?
it's on the screen right now. I just can't see it. It's just so tiny.
I'm looking at Krang on the screen.
No, in the chat, the super chat, or not the super chat, but the chat on the screen, the overlay. Super Mario Brothers 3. Can you see it? Are you blind?
Oh, sorry.
Jesus. Ugh. Welcome to the party. So yes, we're all talking about how we love the size of this guy. This is like 6 3/4 almost inches. That's a lot.
6 3/4. And what was the? Who's the next biggest guy? What is that compared
Next
to? Like
biggest
Bebop?
would be Mr. Bebop and Rocksteady. Bebop, rather. Sorry. Just in case anybody missed that from my review. 11.5 inches. So that will bring us to, I mean, centimeters, not inches. 11.5. This is a new tape measure, and it's not, I don't like the way it works. That is a little more than 4.5. Well, it's about 4.5 inches.
Okay.
And then the turtles, what are they? 10.6. 10.6. That is tiny, tiny, tiny. That is just under 4.5.
Yeah. Wait,
anyway, done talking about those stupid things. Go ahead.
No, is that true? Super Mario Thundercat. There's a Thundercats Wave 12 with Safari Joe. I got to check that out. I didn't even know about that.
I don't know. If you find it, pull it up and share it with the team.
Sean, do you even know about Safari Joe?
No, I don't. No. I barely know about Thundercats.
Wait, are we done talking about JoyToy? Is that all there
is?
No.
No. I just wanted to get rid of to go back to the web version. Because what we do know, turtles, of course, now a lot of places are sold out. So sorry, you guys.
Oh, they're just sold now out.
Deciding to get into the line. So these two ready to go. All of these ready to go. What you can pre-order now. Wait, why are they on here twice? Oh, that's USA stock, and then that's like they do UK stuff sometimes separately, like this. So April, Splinter, Krang / Toka. So somebody last night posted on one of our live streams in the live chat, which those for some reason they go away. Some like if you post first on and it's a day later, it might not be there. Anyway, they said we should decide on our 5 new figures we think JoyToy will be bringing to the line first, and then keep score of that to see who gets the most right.
Okay, so 5 new figures other than these that
Right.
JoyToy is gonna
Yeah,
approach.
what will be the next 5? And
Well, I think
maybe we
Razor
should,
has to be one, right? Because
right, but maybe, so if this is a competition, we got to see who gets the most right. Maybe we should, while multitasking, make a list on the side here. I'm going to
all
open
right,
my
I'm gonna make a
notes.
list. I'm gonna bring up.
I'm opening my notes, and I'm going to
I'm gonna make,
create a JoyToy guess.
hold on.
JoyToy
Do
guess.
vehicles count?
No.
So we're just talking about figures.
Yeah.
Okay.
We
All
can
right.
do this. We can do this, right? We can also do. I'm going to do this so the chat can talk to themselves. All right. Let's see.
Okay. So
in your head,
in my head, oh God.
yeah, because otherwise it's not really a thing.
All right. All right. And I'm not gonna look at the chat. I'm not gonna look at the chat. Here, let's play some music for the chat while we do this, okay? Because
Oh,
we
that's
gotta,
at least a little helpful, I
yeah,
guess.
we gotta entertain that. What about? I'll choose some music, John.
Oh, okay. My apologies. I already clicked something, so you can man the station, please, DJ Hatter.
There you go.
Do you feel like you're in the future?
This feels a little futuristic, no?
Well, let me turn around and look at my Ninja Turtles.
All right.
Pretty surprised by some of the stuff that they're doing. I think this one's an obvious choice, which would pull in a lot of people. And then I need one more. I need one more. I bet they'll do something out of left field. Ugh. Damn it. I gotta think.
This guy might be a rights issue, but I am going to...
Oh, I know who I'm going to select. And then this is, I mean, obviously we'll have some stuff. We might be surprised how many will get similar. And then you just gave me a hint on rights issues, so I do understand now where you're going. Oh, God, but some of these now I'm questioning. Before I get... No, I think I should just go with my gut. I'm going to go with my gut. There's so many characters they could go with. That would be great. Especially for first... Well, what is this? Fourth wave? Oh, man.
Okay,
you know, I'll be pissed if they do a Tempestor before NECA does.
Well, what is NECA's issue with Tempestra?
I don't fucking know. The people used to say that Trevor didn't like her, but I don't know.
Trevor.
All right, I have mine. Okay, so I'm gonna tell chat to go back to their space.
All right, let's shut off this fucking music. All right.
Thank God. Thanks, chat, for sticking around. I think we lost 17 people during that.
Probably.
That
makes sense.
So I think you should go first, since you kind of spilled the beans or spilled the tea, depending on your age, what you like to say.
Spill the tea. Well, that character with the rights, I didn't put him in there.
Okay. Well, I didn't mean that one. I meant the Razor or Razor.
Okay. Here's my 5. Razor, of course.
Let's just take turns, because this is a little more interesting. I'm not saying go through your top 5. I said go with the one you spilled the tea on. You said Razor. You fucking loser. I said the same thing, and mostly because I do agree. I mean, obviously Toka's out now, or for pre-order, so it would make sense. But also because I knew that you were going to put that on there, so I figured we'd both just kind of talk about it. Do you have stickers in your sleeve?
Yeah, I do. My daughter put all these stickers on me.
Okay. So
these are not stickers that a grown man. I didn't last night say, you know what, I'm going to put stickers on myself.
That's okay if you wanted to.
I mean, yeah, why not?
I mean, we already get comments of people saying like, "Oh, grown man playing with dolls." And obviously, what made those people click on our video? Well, we're just going to have to assume that they don't collect action figures, but
Yeah, that's
something
always a
made them
weird
want
one.
to click, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Why'd you click, shithead?
And then they're
Why are
mad
you here?
because this is what we get to do with our lives, and they're just jealous as fuck.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, so we both are in agreement on, and obviously these are the next five, so then we didn't rank them. What's your next one?
Casey Jones.
Okay. I selected the same thing. I think it's obvious. Those two are no brainers. The
Right.
Razar is obvious because of Toka, but Casey Jones is. It's kind of surprising that he hasn't hit the wave yet already.
Right.
Like you
Right.
would release Toka and Razor together, and then have like you hold Toka for the next wave and release Casey in his spot.
Well, they know that's like a heavy hitter that I think that's actually smart because they're like, it's like save it. Save like the line is like kind of like an EKG. Really hits hard, then maybe can taper off a little bit with some of the secondary characters, but then Casey Jones brings it up again.
Okay. Yeah. And I guess it kind of solidifies that, hey, we're going to continue the line because you can see that we've got one of the two in this bunch.
Yes. And speaking of Toka, we got to acknowledge that my guy Toka, Dat Razor, gifted 10 memberships. Thank you, sir. Repping hard for the MHR right now. Lucky people. Stitch Gur, super lucky. Okay. You got Austin Reese. Okay, in Austin, really lucky. In Texas, you got J Solo Arts. Okay, J Solo Arts used to be a team player. He used to have another guy, but he said, you know what? I'm going to go on my own. I'm going to become I'm going to do art on my own. J Solo Arts. He became Joey, my buddy Joey Halom. Okay, who's here? Super Joe. Okay, Super Joe 7, big fan of Super 7 and a sweetie pie himself. You got Emperor Antonio of Seatopia. Okay, when he was choosing his name, his buddies were like, dude, just say Antonio. That's your name. And he's like, no, Emperor Antonio of Seatopia. He wanted a whole thing. They're like, dude, that's crazy. That's insane to just make it. But he's like,
He's
no.
lost a lot of friends over that too.
He's lost lots of friends. Then you get Joseph Rinaldi. He's just like, you know what? It will be my name. I'm just going to use my name. And then he kept his friends. Meanwhile, Emperor, he lost all his friends. And then you got Arturo Castillo, another guy who's just like, I'm just using my name. Okay, fuck all of this. I'm not going to be an emperor. I'm not going to do some crazy shit like that. And then you got, I'm going all the way, baby. You got Jay Casta Noir. All right. He's like, I'm Jay Casta, but how can I be like the darker version of Jay Casta? You know what I mean? I want to be like dark in the star. I'm going to go noir, Jay Casta Noir. And then you got shelf presence because he's like, I love toys. I like putting them on the shelf. And then his wife is like, you should make that your name. Make that your username. And he's like, that will be my username. He made it shelf presence. And then you get LF, IV, and I don't even know what's up with that guy. Okay. But thank you all you.
What a way to just fall flat on your face at the end.
See, this is what if you guys become members, I'm going to come up with a whole backstory for
Except
you.
for the last one.
Huh?
Except for the last one.
Okay, LFIV was like, he was in the hospital and he was like, I'm looking for an IV because my blood sugar is low. And he typed in LFIV. He said it to the hospital staff and he's like, oh, it's a cool
Life Force IV.
Yeah, and he just made that his username or something. That's it. That's all I can do at 6:30 in the morning.
Right. Well, it was a little bit better when you didn't give him a backstory. All right, next on the list, number 3 for you would be what?
Number 3 for me is buzzing Baxter the Fly.
You son of a bitch.
Oh, you nerd.
Same fucking one. What are the odds?
You're a fucking nerd, dude.
3 for 3. Were you screen sharing and I just copied your list?
I'm always screen sharing.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's really unfortunate. I am very curious of what their style choice would be for a Baxter. But
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
they
a
seem to go for it.
little angry that you also picked that because what's number 4?
Number 4 is Leatherhead.
Okay, thank God.
And he better be big. JoyToy, if you're listening, if you're in the chat, that Leatherhead better be large. All right, he's got to at
Obviously
least
not as
be the
big as
size of.
Krang,
No,
right?
not that. You think that big?
No, I'm saying not as big as that.
Oh,
But
not as big. Yes,
yeah,
yes, yes.
Bebop
Right.
and Rocksteady, or you want him bigger than those guys?
No, he should be like Bebop and Rocksteady size.
Okay.
He's an alligator. Alligator.
Okay, my number 4 is Metalhead.
It's a good one. It's a good pick.
Yeah, I think that's an obvious choice. It is a turtle shape, and people love turtles. And since they're doing Slash and Toka, which probably share some parts, I didn't really look too hard at those two, but I think it's kind of an obvious choice with their Warhammer and stuff, so they can do machinery. I mean, obviously, we don't know what team, if this is a different team altogether. Are they good at robots? I don't know. But I think
Right.
I even had comments on my last video about like, oh, if they do that, they're going to get me to buy into the line. So
Yeah, Metalhead is I think would work real well with their style. Would you make him big, or would you say make him the same size as the Turtles?
Metalhead, I would like him a little bit bigger. He doesn't have to be huge. Like foot soldiers are a little bigger, so he can be the same size as them. But it would be nice to have a bigger robot for multiple reasons. It's a little more intimidating, but it also is a robot, so you could play with the idea that like, well, it's harder to make them smaller because all of the machinery on the inside.
Right.
All right, what's your last pick?
My last pick is the Rat King, and he should come with a mouser. Well, that's you.
Yes. I almost changed Rat King to Leatherhead. So even if we change it, we still have 4 out of 5 were exact same choices. So we suck. That wasn't very fun. Whoever posted
Yeah,
that.
you know what? Our dynamic
Sorry.
used to be interesting when we were different, but now we're kind of like blending. We're kind of thinking the same. So I think we should stop the show.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah. So guys, last episode of Johnny and the Hatter and the Johnny, and so we'll play at the end. We'll play the "I hope you had the time of your life," and we'll show the different clips of us throughout the months.
Yes.
Sexy
Well,
Rat King, Maquinita Silva is saying. Do you want a sexy Rat King, or do you want a real grody Rat King?
me?
Yes.
I want
You.
a Rat King that gets me tight in the pants.
Whoa.
So the ugly one.
Yeah.
I should say what people think is the ugly one. Yes, they have done Splinter.
Splinter.
He's a pre-order right now.
Splinter is the one that I'm at least by
interested.
images.
Yeah.
Huh?
Least interested in.
Least interested in.
Yeah.
I think that his flowing gi might be a little bit of an issue.
Mm-hmm.
Shredder is very stiff because he's got a lot of like flowing accoutrements, but he still looks good. Shredder is very aesthetically pleasing. The Bebop and Rocksteady are perfect.
Yes.
They just do everything. You know?
I think Bebop's the best in the line so far. It's just stunning.
Right.
Oh, man, they crushed it. And it's not like, I mean, I like these guys, but this is maybe the best representation of these two that we've ever had.
That's what I mean. That's what's so wild about it. That's why I put on my top 10, because I'm just like, it's not just that they're good for 1/18 scale. They're the best. I mean, what's a better Bebop and Rocksteady?
Yeah, they didn't stray in far enough away from their original 87 designs to be like, well, I don't know, because that the Rage toys, isn't that what they're called now? They've changed their name twice, but the Rage toys that were doing the autumn spring versions, their Bebop looks massive. He's taller than the movie Turtles
Yes.
from NECA. So he's going to tower over, and he's going to be usable in any line, but he's got like a more human, or not human, more realistic look. So he could, honestly, I think it's going to work really well with the movie Turtles from NECA, just because of the details and the realism. But it's also done in a really unique way. His stuff to make him look like this version is a little bit more. I mean, they even call it like a cyberpunk kit or something like that. So it does look a little bit different.
Yeah.
But by default, he comes with like samurai inspired gear.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to go samurai. His normal look looks like real good. Or his regular Bebop look.
Yeah.
Toy Stalker, Triceraton, Rock Soldier, Super Shredder, Napoleon, and Pizza Monster. There you go. Toy Stalker, did we ask you to also do a top 5? I'm confused.
Yeah.
I'm confused, Don. Did we say at some point? Did we say? Hey,
we sent him a live chat. We sent him a link to join because we wanted to hear
I've
his
tried
list.
to get Toy Stalker to join a few times, and I'm being completely real.
Oh,
and he's like, "No, man, I don't know if I roll that way." So, Toy Stalker, you're either in, you're out. You know what I mean? Like, you can't like, hey, I don't want to be on the live stream, and then you just show up with your 5 like that. So I'm gonna edit that out so nobody on the replay can see your top 5 picks.
I like that. I like that approach.
Did Rage Toys announce, or did they show a Rocksteady yet, or is it just been Bebop so far?
Just the Bebop. Which I guess you can still pre-order. I don't even know if it's on the homepage. You'd have to like go through like actual like all products or whatever to find this guy in 5K. But yeah, so there's the Cyberpunk kit, which obviously brings in that vintage look. But this is his default design, which does look really cool. It reminds me of characters from Wukong. It reminds me of the pig from that not remake, but the sequel that never got made to Beyond Good and Evil. Remember that gameplay trailer?
Oh yeah, that's right.
So pissed, man. I love the original.
Not about Beyond Good and Evil. Holy shit.
They showed it the same stuff for like 3 years in a row, back like 2016 or something. I think we started seeing it. And then we had gameplay trailer, and it was stuff where you'd get on a ship and then fly out into space, all without load screens and all that stuff. And then it died.
Yeah, that's right.
But that's what that reminds me of, that pig from the beginning of it. So there's the kit. Obviously, this, very specific things that give him his same design that we were just looking at. But let's see. Is there a picture of it on him? There is, but where is it? Let's see. Where are you? Okay, great. Lots of photos. Ugh.
They're trying to hide him.
Jesus.
There you go.
I could have just X'd out of that window and did it. I mean, yeah. Okay. Again, I think this is going to go well with your movie NECA Turtles or other lines. I think it's going to be fun, but it's a very specific set.
Okay, I have a hot take, John.
Yeah.
I liked this more before I got the JoyToy ones.
Yeah. No, I mean, they're just so different. The JoyToy one is the exact thing that you want. It right. Pulls, like, the weapons are inspired by old Playmate stuff, plus the cartoon. The design is certainly more cartoon than anything, and the articulation's great. It feels great, and it's a great size because they did make him taller than the Turtles, so it doesn't feel so bad by himself.
Right. Yeah, I will obviously get this and review it, and I'm sure you will as well.
Yeah, but like, I already
this is the first time I've seen it since the JoyToy thing came out, and I have to say that, like, I now like it less. But again, it could change in hand.
Oh,
it could change in hand.
That's one of the things with the JoyToy stuff. People were like, "Oh, it looks amazing, but I don't collect 118, or it's too small, or whatever." And I'm like, as soon as you get one of these in your hands, you'll be a 118 scale guy.
I know, yeah.
At least for the Turtles, like, they're that good.
Yeah, share that perspective once you get it in hand, because honestly, I was also like in that camp. I was like, 1/18 scale, John, you're a fucking loser. Like that's what I would say. But like once
Even
I
when no one was
held it,
around you.
yeah, yeah, it was weird. My wife was like, "Why are you talking to John? He's not here." But once you hold them in hand, it's really fucking nice.
Yeah. This is a good reminder that they put it with the Mezco. So that is like it is a perfect way to grow your Mezco line, since Mezco is going to take longer probably to bring these guys.
Yeah.
And be way more expensive.
Mezco is going to be expensive. Do you think that Mezco, what do you think?
Well, let's see what the total is. Go ahead.
Huh?
The total for this guy, if you do the figure with the kit, is $68.
If you do the figure with the kit, 68. Okay.
So yeah,
That's
a
right, because the other
deal.
ones are around 40 or 50.
Yeah, I think so.
The turtles.
Yeah. Man.
Let's go through some chats here real quick. Gatekeeping lists. I'm going to have to tell Ryan Dole. You tell Ryan Dole. You tell him that I said that he has no power here. Ouch, the claws came out. I'm not a fan of that pig. Battletoads. Battletoads is C. Dude, can we talk about Battletoads and what the fuck is happening with Battletoads?
Yeah, who's making that?
Premium DNA.
Yeah, I know.
I'm going to say this. Chat. If Premium DNA does not finish those Battletoads and does not start shipping
anything,
Earthworm Jim, I am going to start a crusade.
I think you need to. I think you need to. So you can contact Luis Morero, who is the he is the social media manager for Premium DNA. You can email him. He replies back. I have like the first time he and I spoke, he contacted me November 3rd of 2023. I was like, oh, awesome. Yeah.
Well, wow. You got receipts, man. Holy shit.
Yeah. I was like, what are you guys interested in? How would you want your products reviewed? All this, blah, 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 blah. And then we're talking about, we get back and they're like, yeah, we don't pay people to review our stuff. And I was like, well, the only thing I would be interested in would be Earthworm Jim line. So that was, when was that? When was the Earthworm Jim? It had to be like shortly after that.
Okay.
January. It would have been a year ago, almost a year ago today. So then we started talking like, oh, Earthworm Jim stuff. Okay, great. Yeah, we'd love to get things out. Don't hear from him until June. So January, we'll get those things shipped out. June, contacted. That's the end of June, beginning of July is the last time they ever spoke out on social media as a company. Which is,
well, that's always good to remain silent.
And then there's some things in these emails that he's like, do not share this information in October. So this is, let's see, I'm trying to be careful to not share, even though it's like, I have no journalistic integrity. We've never signed an NDA. We didn't follow the rules. So what's to say that I don't just tell everybody everything? So there's a big long list of do not share any of the information below. But what he says before that, when I contacted him January 11th, because we last spoke in October, the website was being reconstructed, and the items that he said in June and he said in October were arriving from Earthworm Jim and should ship to people soon. So that was June, didn't happen. October didn't happen. So I followed back up and I'm like, hey, just looking for more. It's been a while or whatever. So I can read what he typed that doesn't say to not share.
Okay, can you read it? Now I'm curious. What
he said, first, on the website, we have been making some major changes throughout 24 and 25 behind the scenes in regards to how the product is going to be released. As we find the overall industry trend of countless pre-orders to be tedious for collectors, we are moving the majority of our releases to in-stock drops, as we think it makes for a much more enjoyable experience for fans. Now, just to talk about that, I think that is a smart move for them, because if they are having these pre-order shipment problems, then if they only sell stuff that they have physically in stock, then we won't be in this mess, right? The website changes are being made to support those releases and unveil new products and licenses on an ongoing basis starting in the spring, when our first in-stock figure will be available. We also have tie-ins with various entertainment launches throughout the next few years. We have added dozens of new IPs and several new product styles to our catalog, which we are very excited to share with fans. Feel free to share any of that information you choose, and which is what I did. Now, he did come back with like, now here's specific things that you can't talk about for whatever reason. And then I like doubled down on all that stuff. And I'm like, you need to have like, there needs to be more like public stuff and things. So
What does that mean? There needs to be more public stuff.
like I doubled down on his reply and was like, you guys need to be talking to your audience. Like, people comment, they reach out, they do not hear anything. You guys haven't posted since June on any of your platforms. I think technically the beginning of July on Facebook, and nobody's heard anything from you. And then your website's been under construction since October, and you guys have gone silent. There's a bad history with the owners, but people want to give a second chance based on the claims and stuff of how it all went down previously.
Okay, and what was his response to that?
It's a really, really long email. Based because I also sent a lot of stuff and like numbered out things that I would expect answers from. And as of right now, this is too new of an email for me to just like go in and like give information. But I will say that ultimately they are digging into things that they're trying to handle legally with places to resolve problems. So I don't know. I'd have to like really sit down and read this email to get some more clarity, but I also don't think he specifically said anything here about like telling people what I just told you.
All right. So, when was that email? When was that email sent? That's the other thing. Well, like what's the
this
time?
One was January 12th, so just 5 days ago.
Oh, he sent that to you 5 days ago.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, if you're listening, Premium DNA guy, I'm not going to email you, but I don't think there's any. I think lack of communication is never a good thing, even if it's just to say, hey, we're still working on whatever, just to know that there's like a pulse.
Yeah.
So
my feeling from the answers, even when I dug deeper, the replies still made me feel like, yeah, I know you're trying to like protect the scenario or the situation so that whatever, you guys are in a little bit more control over whatever XYZ thing. But the fact that there's no communication to the people that have given you money still feels like you're just avoiding it. Like, there should be something. Hey, there's like, if they have lawyers, which they should, or business, they would have somebody like, hey, we need to make a public statement. Like, what can that look like? This guy's a social media marketing manager. What the fuck is he doing if he's not posting and replying?
Okay, so I guess am I the only one that's too dumb to understand this, or maybe there's people in the chat that are with me? What does that have to do with just releasing the Earthworm Jim? Like, why is there a legality issue?
Well, they don't have the figures, so they can't release them. So the issue is,
I thought they had a whole image where they showed boxes of figures in the factory.
That's what I'm talking about. That, and now one thing, and I think this would be fine to say, is that they were a little too quick to assume that those products that were getting shipped out on that pallet were meeting the expectations or whatever. And then, but I don't know. The June image that was shared was also saying that these are the replacement ones, because months earlier were the, hey guys, sorry, the products are not meeting our expectations, so it's going to be delayed. There were paint issues or quality control issues or whatever, so we're having the factory remake them.
That would be all well and good, but how are they all over AliExpress?
Well, I do have a set from AliExpress I haven't opened, but I know that people that have opened them have like I think they've all met people's expectations, but even with the flaws that people find, it's like a little bit of paint mess here or there or whatever, but it's like it's fine. I think the paint quality issues that people have seen are even better than the um Biker Mice from Mars figures, which is obviously a different line. That's an Acel line, but every Biker Mice from Mars has paint app issues, and it's hard to find a good set. And those things are
Yeah.
all over the shelf.
Well, maybe a little more focus on figures, less focus on production company stuff.
Yeah, or more focus on communication. I mean, even if you just talk to people, like knowing your background, if you have a bad history, whether you're in control of that or not, people associate you with like taking their money or whatever. And you go start like, oh, Mad Hatter, we'll just create a scenario. Mad Hatter Toys has this figure, takes all this money, something happens that's out of your control, and then you pivot and start Nostalgic Toys, and you partner with me, which is the first mistake. But we're working together. We're going to make a new toy line,
by the way.
huh?
Huge mistake. But yeah, go on.
For me, because you have a bad history now. But you start to produce a new toy line, you work with all these new people, and then you start to produce this stuff, and then you go silent again. What are people going to be like? Of course you're going silent. They're not going to say, well, at least they're talking to us and keeping us in the know. They're just not talking to us. So now you're
going silent. Going silent never works.
Right.
It never works. Just deal with people. Yeah, you might get a few people complaining on your post. Who cares? Just say, obviously there's delays. There's always delays.
Yeah.
But like when you're just, I think the issue is that like, like it's like your friend that if you have like a drunk friend and he makes a real ass out of himself and you're like, okay, we can't go out with that guy anymore. You know what I mean? And then a few months go by and he's like, hey, I'm sober. Let's go out again. He goes out with you and he starts drinking again and you're getting worried. You know what I mean? You're just like, hey man, is it going to be a repeat of what was last time? I think that you should have situational awareness as a company. Like if you have a great track record, then people might give you more, like a longer leash. Okay.
Yeah, right.
If your track record is already a little bit hairy,
you should double up on solving that problem. Relieve the concerns of the people that you have their pre-order money for way longer than you should now. So people already complain about crowdfunds because that's like a company's way of collecting interest on your money.
Yeah.
Because they're getting hundreds of thousands of dollars and then they just make profit off of that. So that is kind of the same thing that's happening in the eyes of the consumer. So it doesn't matter what he emails me. It doesn't matter if he says, you know what, you can share all of this publicly. The fact he's saying you can't share the most important information you can't share. It's like the company needs to be saying stuff. It doesn't need to, even if he relays it for me and then I put a channel video out, there's still going to be thousands of people that never see that video or whatever because they don't like me.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get. I really don't get the model, and I'm dying to know what they said to you that you can't fucking say.
I know. I'm gonna follow up with him on this email. Thank him for taking the time because he did type out a lot of stuff, and I'm sure he's tired of it. But I'm sure there's also not a lot of people reaching out. I am not a journalist, like I said, so like I never signed this oath or integrity or whatever. I am just treating it like that. Yeah, it's like the journalistic integrity of like
no, but you having integrity, that doesn't make any sense.
It's like, bro, did you know you're emailing? But I am trying to treat it as much that way and be respectful of things. But I am going to follow up with this email and say, okay, now highlight or mark the things out of this email that I am okay to share with the public because obviously they're not doing it. So any information is helpful.
That's true. Is the chat gone silent? I once was Mikey says, seems like chat has gone silent. Where are all the mad chatters at? I see chat. I see a bunch of chat. I gotta go through it right now. Also, Nacelle, I don't know. I don't know why this pisses me off about. You just brought up Nacelle. I'm on their Instagram.
Yeah.
Like I can't even tell that this is a toy company. Like
There's two nacelles though.
I know, but like, so one is I'm just on their Toys Nacelle Instagram.
Okay.
And it's like they're talking about episodes. Nacelle, we get that you want to come off as like we're big shots, but like, it should just be like toys. On Toys Nacelle, when I go there, I expect just to see toys. I'd see like, okay, here's what I'm on. I'm on Toys Nacelles, and I see, forget about the Christmas stuff. I see Comic Crown finalists. What is this? Like Ani Press exclusive, Gates McFadden talks podcasting, like investigates. Like this is like a weird. We're a production company, but we make toys. This almost feels like it's too much. Like I'm not getting that you're like a toy company.
Yeah,
when I look
you
at all
almost
this.
get more toy information from the founder and CEO, which is Brian Volkweiss.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. You're big shots, but like maybe do like maybe break it down or have like a separate thing as just for toys. Because if I scroll down, here's my rule. If I scroll down twice and I'm still not seeing toys, I'm done. I'm not gonna look at the Instagram, and it kind of makes me
yeah.
upset.
You know what's crazy is that they reached out. Oh God, it's not going to load, is it? While I'm trying to talk, their Toys Nacelle account reached out to me on Instagram, and we had conversations back and forth about stuff. And they were like, "Okay, email this account about getting stuff for reviews," because it's like, "Well, I love the biker mice. Would love to get the bikes." So I email. Didn't hear back from that person I emailed, which often means it's probably in their spam or something. Then I messaged them back like 10 days later. Then that was in September. Then a month later, November. Then beginning of January. And they've read every one of them, but they just don't even reply anymore. So I'm just like, okay.
Well, it feels like it's like a big shot kind of operation. And so, I wonder how many of those biker mice from Mars they sold.
They sell a shit ton, man. And then sometimes people will post a picture and there's like a nacelle end cap at Walmart where it's the Calzamu Mesa and the biker mice, and they're just like filled to the brim on the end caps. For the price, whatever they were, 25 or $30 each, or $35 each. I think 35.
Yeah. Well, let's go through some chats here. No one is making Battletoads. It's very sad. Premium DNA has gone dark since the bungled Earthworm Jim. Yeah, always good to go dark.
Speaking of what people are making or not making, as I interrupt you.
Can I go through the fucking chat? Okay, John. John, the floor is yours. Continue. No, chat. John does. I started going. I'm trying to talk to chat. John is like talked right over. John.
Because I got reminded of something. Okay, don't act like you don't do this shit too. You son of a bitch. I'm gonna fly out there. You're thinking I'm joining you for San Diego Comic-Con, but I'm really just gonna beat the shit out of you.
Whoa.
In Smash Brothers.
Threaten me.
In Smash Brothers.
Oh, okay.
But I would never touch you, unless it was sensually. The thing that somebody's like, oh, nobody's making Battletoads, made me think that I don't know how my brain did this, but Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Oh, dude, I've been harping on Who Framed Roger Rabbit. I'm sure it's a rights nightmare, but then Super 7 has reaction figures, so maybe it's easier. But like, dude, the day somebody is like, I'm gonna make Roger Rabbit figures, but they're good, is like, dude, we're fucking like the Weasels, Benny the Cab, Jessica Rabbit, the Baby, Roger Rabbit, the Eddie, Judge Doom.
Dude, think of like, imagine. It's not the ideal look in figure form. Maybe it's really cool, but like a Mezco making the Weasels in their little like coats and hats and shit.
Oh my god, dude,
Or
it
Muff
would
Toys,
be.
since they do incredible soft goods.
Well, you would have to do it. Okay, here's what if I was doing a Roger Rabbit line, I would make the humans either Mezco style or NECA style, like the same way they make their movie people. So if it was a NECA style, it would be like the Doc Brown kind of style,
Yeah.
but just like a Judge Doom. And then let's say you almost have to have two aesthetics. Then you have to like NECA actually to me would be the perfect company because they do cartoon turtles and they do realistic turtles, like from the movie. That to me is how I would do a Roger Rabbit line. I would make it like Judge Doom looks like he's from like the Ninja Turtle movie line because he looks like a person, and so does Eddie. And then the cartoons, I mean, are cell shaded. Those weasels, those weasels are all really well designed. You know what I mean? And then you got to do Judge Doom as a cartoon. Um, and that's not even getting into all the stuff that becomes hairy with rights, like Donald Duck and Tweety Bird and all the,
I assume those
like
would just be out of the picture. But
yeah. But Roger Rabbit is I don't know how I would love to see how like is it like difficult to get licenses I feel like that's like this kind of like super gray area of like like where do you go? I know Ace has to deal with that kind of shit a lot. Like where do you go for licenses and where do you go like who do you talk like it's like this nebulous thing. And I've heard stories about like I tried reaching out for a license, they never called me back, there's not like a system.
yeah, I don't know. It sounds like probably a nightmare.
I'm sure it's a nightmare. I think we got a super chat way back there. John, are you keeping track? Because like I don't want to fucking lose. All right, let's just. Oh yeah, there's a super chat right here. Robot reviews. Super chat, $10. Thank you, buddy. Good morning, my fellow Joy Toy addicts. I'm really hoping for Punk Frogs, Neutrons. I think you meant neutrinos. Usagi, and most of all, the vehicles, the Party Wagon, TMNT, the Technodrome, Foot Module, the works. Thank you, bud. Dude, a fucking mutant module.
Yeah.
Would be wild.
Yeah.
Let's go through. Oh man, there's a lot of chat since then. How to sending good vibes. Your cats. I have not opened that Cat Slayer yet because I'm waiting for Super 7 to hit me up to tell me what to do. So I talked. This is not a good sign, by the way, because Super 7 usually gets back pretty fast. But I hit them up on Monday, nothing, radio silence. I hit him up. I showed him. I was like, hey, look at all this damage. His art box is ruined. What's nothing. So not a great sign, Super 7, and I will be carrying that energy over to any review I do. Just understand, and you might not care. Okay, I mean, you might not care. Jonathan just described why I will never buy or hold one of these. I know will instantly make me want to buy. Oh, we're talking about JoyToy. Oh my God, there's all this chat. Anyway,
hesitation on the Rage toys, I think, is what he's talking about there.
Yes, and that face Hatter is the I'm just focusing on listening, not sleeping. AKA church face, also called synagogue face. Super profesh, John. Yeah, your email was very professional.
Well, that's thanks to Chat GPT, to be honest.
Right, I write all my emails on Chat GPT. Yeah, a lot of my said seems I don't believe they rejected. I just think they're lying about what happened. I will say, man, if they don't release that pimple to complete those Battletoads, I'm gonna sell the rest of them. If I don't get a complete thing of Battletoads, like what like there's only 3.
Right.
Yeah. So
ugh.
It's
hey, question for you. You've not handled one of the oh, fudge my butts. Syndicate collectibles figures? You don't have those, right?
No, I don't have them. Why?
Billy and what's his name?
The Double Dragon.
Jimmy?
I want them.
Yeah, because these people were getting them, right? Or was
people
that just
are getting them?
or was that just early reviews?
maybe early reviews. I didn't get no early review, which is a little sad because the preview I did, I think, got the most views on Syndicate Collectibles. So maybe Syndicate Collectibles
Yeah. They're
fucking
not,
look at this channel.
if they wanted to
Okay.
be a successful business, they would have you review it. We know that.
Yeah, you know what? You would, okay? Because Double Dragon goes real well with Ninja Turtles, okay?
Yeah.
So how about Syndicate Collectibles? You act like you know who is in the know, and you send me some Double Dragons, and I'll put them next to Ninja Turtles, and I'll give you the fucking Hatter bump because you need it because you're new in the space, okay? You don't decide like just by some like very rudimentary look who's going to get you the bump. I'm telling you who's going to get you the bump. So you're going to send me those figures. I'll review them for you. Okay. But I don't think they're out. I think these are like early reviews. But I swear, if I go and I see Syndicate Collectibles on like some channel that reviews McFarlane, I might just cut off Syndicate Collectibles. You know what I mean? I might just like cut them off just because. All right.
Yeah,
Because
it's probably a good idea.
yeah, because I gave you a big bump. I gave you a big walkthrough on that San Diego Comic-Con review. I got a ton of messages saying what's going on with Syndicate Collectibles. Okay, so I know people are watching, and you don't fucking send me two paltry figures. Are you fucking nuts? All right. I'm just in the mood. John, what do you think about Diamond Comics, man?
Oh, I like this comment because I'm confused by it. Should be out soon. I had a test shit months ago. So that's cool.
What is that?
What's
What
a
is Lee
test
talking
shit?
about? Huh?
What's a test shit? I would assume he's talking about Double Dragon, but what's a test shit? That's like those mornings, like I just did it today. You get up, you have your coffee, and you're like, oh, poopy time, and you go, and then you have your breakfast, and you're like, oh, poopy time again, but more this time. So the first one was a test.
For me, a test shit is when I go to a toilet and I want to see like, can this toilet really like handle things because it's a guest toilet and I want to make sure I don't like fully shit in it. So I do a test shit where I just kind of like, it's very hard to do. You got to have good control, bowel control, but
Yeah.
you shit something real small in there and you just go, let me see if this flushes. And then you're like, all right, it's ready to go. The test shit worked. I'm going to fucking go hard. And then it's like the scene from Dumb and Dumber. You know what I mean? Like you just fucking let loose. That's
yeah.
So yes,
which also could be the calm before the storm, which is not what he's talking about, but it still works. The test shit is also before you explode.
I like how Lee has to go, I'm drunk, fuck off you're drunk, so why do we have to fuck off? Like that's you got to put it on you. You got to say, I'm drunk, I'm an idiot. You don't go, I'm drunk, fuck up. You don't go, I'm drunk. Yeah, it's like he says, I'm drunk. He's like, all my friends are like this. I'm drunk, and then he goes on the offensive. It's got to be it's got to be, I'm drunk and I'm sorry. Okay, I love Lee. I'm just saying. There is
not today because he's a drunk asshole. Didn't you ask me about Diamond Select a second ago?
Diamond Con. What do you think? Do you know all about this or whatever?
I only saw a thing pop up that said Diamond Comics was going into.
Yeah, so Diamond Comics basically filed for chapter. So Diamond Comics is, I don't think the right word. Diamond is a distributor of comics. So distributor of comics, toys, bunch of other shit. The main distributor, which some people for many years have been saying it's almost like a monopoly because they've come under fire. So they just filed for Chapter 11. There is a list of all the companies they owe money to. Yeah, Super 7 is on. It's like they owe $3 million to Super 7. They owe $200,000 to Super 7. NECA $3 million. Penguin Publishing, they owe them like $12 million. Like if you look at the list of everybody they owe money to, it's like there's no way you file for Chapter 11 and any of those people are getting their money back.
Right.
So like
a lot of money.
Yeah. I'm sure that NECA sent Diamond an email saying, if you don't give us back your money, you can't buy from us anymore. But that's pretty bad, man. That's pretty fucking bad.
It is. Super chat for Johnny. We don't know if this is true, by the way. He could have paid you and then prefaced
That's true. That's
which
true.
is not unlike him to do and take advantage of our dual streams here. Which version of Smash Brothers do you think you can beat Mad Hatter at? N64 GameCube, etc. Ultimate Smash Brothers, the latest. The latest one on the
You think
Switch.
you can beat me? You think you can beat me in the latest Smash Brothers?
Yeah.
What's your guy?
But we talked about this before.
I forgot.
My favorites were the Villager and Toon Link.
Yes, that's right. The Villager, I remember. I will, using Pikachu, throw you through on every side of the fucking on every side of the stage. I can't wait for that. I like how Lee messed up again. He goes, I corrected myself in the chat. You skipped the comment, so suck a dick. and then he went dick. And then he went, Jesus.
We don't even have to reply. You're doing it yourself. Johnny knows what's up, though. Sorries are for natural things.
I love
you go
it.
on the offensive on man-made stuff.
You go on the offense on man. Sorries are. Oh, I got it.
Yeah, you smoke a little grass and you're like, oh, sorry, man. It's like, hey, it's fine. It's okay.
John, can I tell you a drug story that happened like last week?
Just keep it PG.
I mean, this is
so change the names of things.
I had too much of an edible because I was under a lot of stress, and I had these little. They look like almost like little ice cream cones.
Yeah,
I had one, and then it wasn't kicking in after an hour. I don't know why I thought it should. I had another one, so I doubled the dosage. Dude, I woke up.
What are these, by the way? Because you're in California, so is this like true to the flavor, or is this like a Delta 8 thing?
No, they taste like little. Like, what do they taste like?
No. Like, is it true THC or versus like Delta 8?
No. It's like true THC.
Okay, because in North Carolina, Delta, if I'm remembering my terms right, Delta 8, which is derived from CBD oils or something like that. So it has a really small percentage of THC, so it's legal. But it still has like wild effects. Like a 20 milligram thing of Delta 8 will send me to Mars.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Did it scare you?
The very first time I went through that whole thing where I'm like, oh God, freaking out over stuff. And then eventually it just gets so like sucked into the bed that.
Right.
Yeah. I reached the point where like anywhere my brain wants to go, I can get there. I could relive moments of a childhood and like the texture of the handrail going down the stairs. I was just like, oh, so if I refocus and think about, oh, the wall in my bedroom. So like certain textures like for senses, but please continue.
Yeah, dude, I had more than 20. I had a real bad one. I woke up. First of all, I thought I was having a heart attack. That's the number one. And I kept telling my wife, I'm like, no, I'm dying for sure. Like I was like, I was like, can you write down like I thought it was that. And then so our master bedroom, the master bathroom has a like little lavatory that like, so it's like a bathroom and then there's a little room, you know, where the toilet is. Okay. Yeah. So I went in there to take a piss, and something about the echo of me taking a piss in this little room made everything like vibrate. And I felt, and I had to like touch the walls. Like I was like, oh my God, I'm falling. I feel like I'm falling. And I was like trying to hold on. And I was like, please don't let me fall. Please. I know if I fall, I'm going to break something. And I was like holding onto the shelf. Dude, I must have been there for like 5 minutes. It was fucking crazy. I was like, what?
That's the thing about this stuff, though. Like, you will think that you're there for half an hour doing this thing when the reality is somebody just sees you go into the bathroom and come out.
I'm sure. Like I'm sure it was nothing, but I was holding on to the shelf where it's like you have the towels, and I was like, please don't let me fall. Please don't let me fall. Like I was just like, I just felt like I had to actively control my leg. Like if I didn't think about like if I didn't tell my legs, stiffen up, stiffen up, stiffen up, stiffen up. Like don't buckle. Like
Yeah.
they were just gonna I was just gonna fall. It was fucking scary, dude.
I love this so much. It's like Train Spotting or something.
Yeah.
Oh my god. So it's probably been a month or so ago that I had taken another very legal edible thing here in North Carolina, and it was only half of whatever was in the counter. So I take it, and later that evening, I'm like, similar to you, that like it's a bathroom story. Why is it always the bathroom? But I'm like going pee, and I'm like, oh my god, I think I've been in here for 10 minutes or whatever. And then I'm like, I got to brush my teeth before bed, and I got to the realization that if I'm not constantly moving to the next thing and thinking about the next thing, that I'm going to like get lost in whatever that moment is for
Right.
eternity.
Right.
So if I'm brushing my teeth, which is an electric brush, so there's a 2-minute timer, but because I'm like overthinking or focused on brushing my teeth, I have now teleported deep into this like multiversal experience where this has gone on for a lifetime. But I have to be like, no, look at your eyes, look at the hair, look at this, do that, do that. Oh, turn the sink on and off, and then like walk through the hallway and like just always be moving.
Right.
Otherwise, I would just get lost in that moment for the rest of my life.
It's That's so funny, dude. Yeah, it's wild. I don't know, John. Maybe we shouldn't do drugs. Maybe we shouldn't do drugs. I don't know. I thought you know what? I thought it would focus me. I've been a little bit stressed out the last few weeks. I thought like maybe something could focus me. I could write a little bit. Didn't work.
No.
The super chat 999 USD super chat for Mad Hatter, which I have to assume is for me. What video games can you beat Johnny at? I mean, John, I assume I could beat you in any game, but are you secretly like a really great gamer and I just don't know it? Like, are you like
No,
hot?
I just talk a lot of shit.
Okay. You know what? Speaking of a lot of shit, there's a dude who I know. I'm not going to mention his name because I don't want to embarrass him. But let me say this, and I know you're fucking watching, dude. He has. I'll say this: his YouTube name is synonymous with video games. Without giving who he is. Some people in the chat might know who he is, but it's synonymous with video games. He had the gall to just hit me up because I was talking about like Mario Kart, the new Mario Kart on Switch, and he's like, dude, I'll fucking beat you in that game, like up and down. I was like, he's like, I haven't even played it for a while, and I'll beat you. I was like, oh, really? And I actually won a Mario Kart tournament, and I showed him all the images from the tournament and the fucking trophy. It was 100 and something person tournament.
Yeah.
I won it, baby. And before that, I won a Soul Calibur tournament as well. Okay, and so I told him, I was like, guess what? I will fight you. Okay, and I know you're watching this, and your channel is synonymous with video games. So if I beat you, then that's pathetic. Okay, because that's your fucking identity. Video games is not my identity.
Well, if we're basing it on his name, then he can only play single player vintage games or retro games. So then you guys would have to score who can beat. It's not Mega J.
No, it's not Mega J Retro. It's
See,
not
even
Mega
Toy
J
Talker
Retro.
thought so.
Because Mega J Retro knows fucking better than to say like that. You're gonna challenge me like that. I will decimate you. And here's the funny thing. It's like not only is his identity, I was gonna give something away that would give him away, but everything about him is about video games. So, buddy, I'm playing with house money. So if I lose, it's not that big a deal. But when you lose, it's gonna be sad. Okay, because again, you're gonna have to rethink your whole fucking life moving forward. Okay, so I'm just saying.
Okay, is the answer? Can you point at the answer in the courtroom?
Wait, is it?
Can you point at the person that threatened you?
He's not in the chat.
Okay, well, I'm just saying, video power gaming, and then his super chat. It's like
It wasn't
me.
me. No, it was not video. No, sorry, it was not. It was. You didn't have to give a super chat, but thank you anyway, buddy.
Well, then
No,
I
it's
have
not
no
video power
idea who
gaming.
you're talking about. If it's not him, and it's not Mega J, who's clearly synonymous with games, then somebody in the chat has to figure it out.
It's not
Somebody
that
knows.
hard to figure out, but it's
It's
like,
hard because none of us figured it out.
dude, this guy's such a shit talker too. Dude, I know you're gonna watch this. I'm gonna fucking ruin you, and I'm gonna record it. Okay, and
Please record
here,
it.
by the way, I'll beat you with whatever Soul Calibur character you want. Okay, you know what he tried to do? He goes, man, I'll fucking decimate you on Street Fighter. I'm not even a Street Fighter expert. I'm not a Street Fighter expert, but guess what? I'll take you on Street Fighter 2. I somehow, with my limited Ryu skills. John, I was never big with Street Fighter.
That's
I was
okay.
never as competitive on Street Fighter. It just passed me by. But on these other games, on Soul Calibur, I'll fucking knock you right off the stage. Are you fucking kidding me?
I think I could certainly beat you at the Dragon Ball Sparking Zero game because I assume you just never played it. So that I think I could beat you in.
No, but I'd like to play you.
Do I actually think that I could beat you in Smash Brothers? No, I haven't even played it in years, but
dude,
I wasn't
for all
awful
I know, you could be one of these like min max kids on have you heard like on Smash? Like there's people on Smash Brothers. This is why sometimes you need a reset and you need like Switch 2 to come out, because like let's pretend like Mario Kart, right? After COVID hit, Mario Kart, people started playing a lot of Mario Kart, and the competition out there went nuts because everybody started like figuring out like the best time for shortcuts. What's the best? Like it just became like a science. Okay, once that happens, if you're not playing every day, they blow past you.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
it's so frustrating. I mean, even before COVID, I was playing that game, and we talked about this. Like, as soon as you go online, even if you had a group of friends of 30 and you beat them all, as soon as you go online, you can't win a match. Like,
no,
there are people that know that you can cancel out your delay of reaction if you do this move or this button combo at frame 3 of the move. You know, it's like,
dude.
it just
Once the Smash Brothers like delay cancel shit came out, I was like, I'm not playing competitively because I can't get there. I can't like I could naturally play, but like once you start like going like, okay, you have to practice like these like tricks.
Yeah.
I'm not
Plus,
gonna
we're
fucking
getting
do that.
older,
Like,
and there's just that natural fall off, just like with sports.
yeah.
But you took away the super chat we needed to talk about.
Oh, sorry. Go back to it. Right here.
I don't remember. Now we're both clicking. So $5 to one of us. We all know Jonathan likes games. Would be fun seeing you all do video game playoffs live. So that is actually something we have talked about maybe even a year ago. I don't know. If
Can I say this? So John and I have been talking about doing video game streams and like playing together for a while. And then I got pissed off because last week Geek Dad Life is like, I'm thinking of doing video game streaming, and he bought like a domain or whatever. It's like, Jay, video games are not like your thing. Like you're good at vintage toys, you're a good host, you know what I mean? Like you're good at podcasts, but you're not like the dude who's like, I'm gonna play games competitively.
He's too busy. We had a whole live stream about this. Like he had to join. Attack Peter had to join. Everybody got online Dole to attack me because I like friendship. But Jay likes friendship as much as I do, but he just is too busy to ever do it. You and I both have one of these.
Right.
So we do plan to do this.
Yes. Yeah, we plan to do it.
Absolutely.
And we'll do it, and we're not going to fucking play Duck Hunt, okay? We're going to fucking play like real games. By the way, Devin Decker, where's your comment? I would wreck you. And so, dude, please, let's make it work. Please, let's make it work. The problem is with Soul Calibur is like it's very difficult to play online. I please fucking let's find a way to make it work. That's all I have to say. Would be fun to play any of y'all at Street Fighter. Would be fantastic. JoyToy to the Soul Cal. Oh my god, dude! Storm did 2 of them. You know, they got, you know, 2 characters that I don't use really, but hopefully they keep. But Storm collectible, so I'll see you in 20 years once they finish like 5 figures. There was a chat, Hannah Jonathan. What 3 Mondo X-Men you want revealed this year? Jonathan?
Well, King Panther wants Storm, Juggernaut, and Nightcrawler. So great options. Juggernaut would be so fucking expensive. God, because they would really need to scale him to be a big boy to make him worth it, and that is scary on the price. He'd be getting between the $300 and $500 price, I think, because those cats are expensive.
Yeah.
So the 3 that I want, and based on the conversations we had last year, people were like, "Oh, they always alternate heroes and villains, and male and female, or something." So my thought got to thinking that the next one they would reveal would be Mystique, because we also have some Mystique heads. So it'd just be nice to have that. But it's a great sexy lady, but it's also a villain. So if the villains need a figure, that makes the most sense. I would love an Apocalypse, but again, that's one that's going to be like $500 because he's too big with all of his swappable arms and stuff.
Oh man, he's going to be a monster.
So I don't think that's going to be the ones that would be revealed. So Mystique, Colossus, because we got to go back to a hero, and I think would we have to go back to a villain? Is that how it goes?
You choose whatever you want.
What I would like, I think, well, okay, I'm going to pick whatever I want. I want Storm on that list. I think Storm is like a must-have for sure.
Yeah, I would say Storm for sure for me. And I would say Psylocke, okay, even though I know she's not a big part of the series. And then I would want a big chunky Cable, but like big fucking Cable. Like bigger body, all the fucking giant shoulder pads, like load him up, pretty much.
Yes. Yeah.
The
agreed.
Fucking Rob Liefeld gun. Just give me that shit. Let me just continue going through the chat right here. New YouTube beef. Hannah will start doing streams with that guy. Just realized you're the guy from Swingers who makes friends with the dudes you fight. Oh, dude, that swinger scene is so relatable to me because there's so many times that like I've had enemies that we just became friends playing like video games. You know what I mean? Like just shit talking and playing fucking dude. I love video games, man. It's what it's all about. But I don't make it my identity, you fucking loser. You watching this, I know you're gonna fucking watch this. Once I smash you, I don't even know how this guy's gonna be able to be a functional father and husband once that happens, because you have lost your whole fucking identity. Jada's killing it.
I just love that. I want to see that story happen.
What?
Like his whole life is actually ruined over it.
No, I hope his life will be. Trust me, because he's the type that he takes so much pride in the fact. Like if I lose in a game, whatever, I talked a lot of shit and I lost.
Now, do you think he would be like, "Oh, you know, he cheated or this thing happened," make excuses the whole time? Or
what, dude? 100%. He's gonna be like, "Oh man, my fucking." First of all, that's why I don't want to play him online, because he's gonna blame like latency or shit like that. But he is 100% the type who's gonna be like, "Man, I was smoking too much." Or whatever, he's gonna have an excuse 100%. 100% he's gonna have a fucking excuse. Meanwhile, I'll just take it. I'll just be like, yeah, whatever, I lost. Who cares?
DBS Master, I apologize, but when I go live, it's a more casual, meaner me.
DBS Master, what's your problem?
He's probably young. My Dragon Ball audience is pretty young, and I never cuss in my videos, so it's like it's a big deal. They always freak out.
DBS Master is really getting on my nerves right now.
Hey,
okay, I'm joking. What? Who said what? Somebody asked a question. Hardest game you've ever beaten? I will say it is a toss-up. Well, look, I don't remember. I know. Here's the funny thing, John. Like people always remind me, and memes remind me, that the NES TMNT was hard. I beat it when I was a kid. I know it was hard, but I don't like have memories of like So, but that has to go up there. Ninja Gaiden, whatever you want to call
Gaiden,
it. Ninja Gaiden on Xbox, I beat.
Oh,
and that game was so hard. I think I told this story. I broke a controller. I was living in Riverside, 12819 Riverside Drive in California. I don't live there anymore, so I don't care.
But people
And
can go
I got
visit if they want to like take photos and stuff.
Yeah, go. Yeah, you could. Yeah, it's like it'll be like a historical place. Like, oh, Mad Hatter once lived here. I threw that controller against the wall, and I remember my roommate Jason Livergood came out and he goes, "Dude, what the hell?" And I said, and I had to be like, "Yeah, I threw the controller. Is that okay? It's my controller."
I do want to remind you that you did talk about this last live stream.
Yes, I did talk about this. That is up there, and Cuphead is a recent one that is also up there because I wanted to especially that last boss, not the last boss, but the boss before the last boss who deals the cards or whatever, the little jester guy. I wanted to bite his cheeks off. I was so irritated. There's probably a lot more, but because I beat games like when I have to get through the end. It's like I can't just like not beat it. So yeah,
it's tough, man, because the days of the NES, it was just like every day there was a new game coming out, so it was hard to like. Some of those games are just impossible to beat. You just can't beat them. They're just built in a stupid way, like very poor designs or whatever. Castlevania games sometimes are brutal, but I honestly can't recall. I know there's plenty of times as a child playing games that I just never finished them, but the only thing that comes to mind that's like really hard and I beat that I can think of is Elden Ring.
Elden Ring, I heard, is like ridiculously hard, and you have to perfect the boss before you get to beat him.
Yeah, I heard the DLC is even worse. But any of those old Demon Souls, Dark Souls, any of those are like brutal to play.
Yeah, I want to get into them, but like it's just so tough with the kid. It's real tough, man. I miss like just sitting down and just like going through a game. So it's funny you mentioned about like hard to beat games because like so back in the day we didn't have a lot of money, so I couldn't just buy games, but we lived right next to a place where you could rent games. And I used to love it because it was like, I forgot the price, but it would be like if you rent a game, you rent it for 3 days. And if it's on a Sunday, you get another day. But if you paid another $1, you could keep it for 7 days.
Yeah.
So I would just try to beat games and then return them and then I would just go through them. I went through all the Ninja Gaidens. I went through the fucking River City Ransom, like all the beat 'em ups, like all those like old ass games. I would just go through them and I would return them and just get new games. So I would always be playing a lot of games because it was pretty cheap to rent them.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
But yeah, back to Geek Dad Life, Jay. That's not really your identity. Like when we think about you, we're not like, yeah, he's a guy who plays video games. Just stick to like, you remember that song, "Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls"? I think it could be the whole ruin of your empire if you try to transition into games. It'll just smell phony. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, and then anyway. he's just let his kids do it. Just give them the channel. He's got 2 boys.
Yeah. Your time is over. Let your kids now have the time, and then you just go quietly into the night.
Yeah, you can focus on your audio podcast.
Yeah, exactly. You're like a podcast type guy. You're like, that's like your thing. Like nobody wants to see you stumble around like, where's B? Like he's probably one of those guys like, where's B? Okay, and he does this. You know what I mean? Like that's not how you win. All right.
So to beat her, so she's not a required character to beat, but I had to summon in some help from another player. I tried.
Oh, you cheated!
She's so bad that I had to summon like another player in 3 times to finally get her defeated. But finally, her action figure from SH Figure Arts is coming out. But good God, she's still like. Even the Japanese price for her is like $94 or something. And she's like $130 in the US or something. It's just like, what the hell? Why is this so expensive?
Wow.
And it's
But
going to be
John,
a
let
lot
me
of
ask you this:
black
have you ever
clothing.
defeated Onyxia?
Onyxia? What is that?
Well, let me ask you this before I ask you that: have you ever gotten attuned to even enter the Onyxia cavern?
I don't know what this is.
Oh.
You got to give me some more info here. Just leave me like that.
Now, if you don't know who Onyxia is, you don't know this game. But there's got to be people in the chat who
Why?
are like,
Because I
dude,
didn't memorize a name?
you just no. Onyxia is one of these things that you just
It's an
know.
esports team.
I mean, you're close. Oh, dude, you want to know one of the nerdiest things I
Oh, it's a
did?
World of Warcraft?
Yeah, World of
Yeah,
Warcraft.
I never played it, unfortunately.
You want to know what was one of the nerdiest things I did, but it was actually a blast. Okay, so I'm not trashing this. It was actually a lot of fun. So in Burbank, this is pre-COVID.
Okay.
They used to do Overwatch was really big.
Yeah.
So they used to do like esports stadium at Overwatch, and I bought a few tickets. Me and my buddy Brody, we went to a few live events. So it was basically it's where they filmed the Tonight Show, but they
Mhm.
weren't filming it anymore. So they emptied it out, and you would go there, and as an audience, you would watch. So they would bring in the teams. Here's team whatever, and they would come in, all the guys, and they would sit down. And here's team whatever. And it was, dude, it was so nerdy, but it was so much fun. And
Yeah.
like it's so funny. Like these guys come out like almost like athletes, but
Yeah.
they're like these like nerdy dudes, and they're like, here's team, whatever, and they AGX, and they're like, hey, how's it going? And like there was announcers, they had it on the big screen, people would get excited, and dude, I would get excited watching people play Overwatch. I miss that. They stopped it, and now Overwatch is nothing. Marvel Rivals took over like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Overwatch as a game, but dude, that was so much freaking fun.
I love it.
So nerdy, so nerdy.
I love it. I would totally do that. So I do want to plug myself, as I love to do,
You do love doing
in
that.
front of people. So, by the way, you can do memberships over here if you're interested in supporting monthly. It's basically like Patreon, but all my stuff's here. So my shop, I want to bring up these posters because there's only 3 left of the turtles in New York. Okay. And every time one sells, I have to go through and alter all 3 designs, obviously, because if those are gone, I don't have a 3-pack. But that is, if you like the image, which you can see on camera here. Oh, come on. This one. They only got 3 left. So if you're interested in that, there is international shipping. Unfortunately, international shipping is just expensive. There's nothing I can do about it. There's been 2 people that have bought for international, so I appreciate that. And then if you like the disguise option, so same setup, but all of the characters are different, including the blimp, and the coloring is a little bit different.
Ooh.
But those are available now, and since I get these printed at a different place, these aren't just like an endless supply of things like a lot of my stuff is. You can get all 3 if you want, but yeah, just want to spotlight that because I've had people kind of come in a little bit later. They've been up for a couple weeks again, but inevitably somebody will see this and then not be able to get it because they're a little too late. Oh, you can't see it, but it's right here. Signed by my copy is signed by all the voice actors, which was really nice to do. I think we talked about that.
That was a nice. I saw that on Instagram. That was a nice. That's a nice piece, man.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. Now you plug yourself.
What am I
while
going
we
to plug?
watch?
Flipboard updates. Flipboard updates. Everybody should have got an email a few weeks ago, basically asking to update your addresses.
Yeah.
So look for that. We are. I believe all of this stuff was going to land in March in people's hands, but I think it's going to be April now because we had a bit of an issue with the blisters and we didn't want them to go. It's funny, John, like I'm just going to be candid, like, because, and I'll make like an official announcement, but it's just like, I saw the blisters. To me, they were fine, but I'm also not an in-package guy. Maybe it would make you mad. It was like at the top of the blister had a little bit of like weakness to it. And it's like one of these things like Ace, like caught. I'll be very honest. I'd be like, whatever, send it to me. But like, I think he wants it to be perfect, and I want it to be perfect. So I think it's gonna land in people's hands in April, unless Toy Stalker, really gets fucking lazy. Okay, which let's face it, I mean, he probably is planning that. But I'm gonna push him, guys. So I'm really excited. I can't wait till people get that in hand because like I think that's gonna be fucking
I'm
great.
excited about it. I unfortunately, at some point, potentially within the next 30 days, could be moving.
Like moving, like
But
to a
within
new
the
place?
next 30, sometime in the next 30 days, they have to
Is that
fix up.
something you want to do or you have to do?
No, I want to because it's going to be a 3-bedroom instead of a 2-bedroom. So I'll have like dedicated space for all this. It's going to be interesting for sure.
Oh, a
But
3-bedroom.
it's
John's so
convenient.
good. He needs 2 bedrooms to do, or 3 bedrooms to do what he has to do. That'd
It's
be awesome,
the
dude.
same complex, but yeah, I'm going to be in this like weird phase where like updating addresses and stuff. I'm gonna be like, I don't know if I got everything. I don't know if the time frame of when I update it is gonna work, but we'll see what happens. I'll have a forwarding address thing, but
Well, congrats on your potential move.
yeah, we're just
Can
waiting
I
for them to
spotlight my
fix
buddy?
up some things on the apartments we can move in, but they promised like they could do it within 30 days, so we kind of like set a tentative date, but I haven't heard them do any construction. Go ahead,
No, that's awesome, dude. I
spotlight.
hope it works out. I got a spotlight. I know this guy in real life. I like how he fucked up. He
Is
goes,
he
me
also
and
drunk?
yeah, he goes, me and Rhodey. And then he goes, I know Brody. We used to go finishing together. Dude, you let me tell you something. I know him in real life,
So is
Ghoster.
he and Lee hanging out, having
Yeah,
some
no.
tossing back?
Well, Lee at least admitted he was drunk, but he's not drunk. He just fucked up. So you just look like an ass pretty much in front of everybody. So I want if everybody could just call Dozer like an asshole, like that would be great. Dude, we have 250. It would make me so happy if everybody just like started trashing him because like I like how he wrote this and then he corrects himself, but then he fucked that up too.
What is it with you all?
What is finishing to get? Did you finish each
Ew.
other off? Like
Ew.
what does that even fucking mean?
Hey, chat, would you like to go finish together? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really
He's like,
stressed.
yeah,
So that'd be great.
I went behind the barn with this dude and he finished me.
There he is
But
spitting.
yeah, what does this even mean? Just go to sleep, dude. So I think are there any other chats? I did want to talk about that Thundercats. Can I share this?
Yeah, hold on. Before you share, I will say that as far as the blueprint behind me, that's my drawing. That's a desk mat that if you scan the link tree icon, you can order this desk mat, by the way. So that's not a thing they're making. I drew it. Go ahead. Share your screen.
No, they should make that though, based off your blueprints.
No.
Look how I wrote like I'm embarrassed. You should be embarrassed, dude. Let me share. How do I share?
No, he said I'm embarrassed.
Wait, did he spell it wrong again?
I'm embarrassed.
Dude, I love giving him shit, man. I love it. It's my favorite thing. By the way, I know his address. It's 21. All right, how do I share?
The icon, the share icon that's on.
Yeah, I'm doing. No, I forgot. It works the same way as I don't like how you said the share icon, like the like basically saying like you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah, the icon that's been used for the last 15 years. Ugh. Okay, so this is something that got talked about at the beginning of the chat.
Yeah, I'm sort of her face.
Afraid to order it.
But there's only you know what, this is Lee's forte. So this guy right here is Cruncher from the Berserkers. There's 4 of these pirates. This is one of my favorite characters when I was a kid because he had like a bear hug. He had a like a bear hug action motion.
Yeah.
But like they can't do it now, so they can't. So like as the functionality used to, like, the arm would wrap completely around the figure,
Right.
but it can't do it. So they give you
Can't.
this, like,
No.
he's like doing the dirty dancing thing with it.
That
Like,
should not have gone up as a this is a yeah, that's a
would you just not put that picture up?
don't
I
put
feel like
that
I would just
picture up.
like
That's
I would
like
just be
saying,
like,
"No, it can't do the thing you want."
no, it can't. It, like, it used to have like these arms. It would be like
Yeah.
like that. But I am excited to get him as a figure. Just like no action feature be damned. Because I have Hammerhand, and so so that means there's only 2 pirates left. This my fear is with this warrior maiden Nida is she is, I'm afraid her face is going to look waxy when
Yeah.
it comes out, as per Super 7 style. And this one, though, is my favorite. Safari Joe and his little mule, which means that there's only 3 figures. Because this is like an accessory. This is like catch-up.
Yeah.
For like Flipboard. Like, this is
But
not
not for
like...
Super 7, that's a $55 item.
Say again?
That for Super 7, that would be a $55 item, though.
Okay, dude, if they charge $55 for this fucking thing, they're out of their minds.
But of course they will. Snarf.
If they no, he comes with it.
Oh. Well, that's impressive. How much is he? $110?
Yeah, probably.
Can
they're
we
only
just say
doing
her
3.
design? That her design, if that popped on the TV when I was a kid, that's like instant crush.
Her?
It's so sexy for a cartoon for a kid.
Yeah. No, these chicks were a problem for me even when I was a kid.
Dude,
I was like, why do I feel this way?
right. The craziest one. I mean, this is like anybody that goes into the chat and like has like, you know, you always get these people that are like, but we're kids, and obviously these things are drawn in a way to look like a certain thing. But Gadget from Rescue Rangers, for me.
Oh my god, I had the biggest crush on Gadget from the Rescue Rangers.
Doesn't make sense.
Dude, I felt like such a fucking loser. I'm glad you said it first, because like I even remember do you remember the episode of Rescue Rangers that was like almost like trying to be like James Bond, and Gadget was wearing like this red Jessica Rabbit dress?
Right, yeah.
Like, I'm so pathetic that I remember that. I'm such a fucking loser.
Yeah, it's funny because, you know, you think now, like the older you get and you see something on TV, a cartoon or something like that, and you're like, oh my gosh, even something we saw as a kid. So like, you're an adult, you watch something you saw as a kid, you see the things that are like directed towards adults, like the verbiage they use, and you're like, oh my god, that was in the cartoon when I was a kid, but that's not the stuff that left an impression. We didn't get those jokes, the adult humor jokes that over our head. It hit that audience for the older people. The stuff that stuck with us was a mouse in a hot dress.
I know. Yeah. No, it's very. Although we did grow up with shit that was overtly sexual, like Jessica Rabbit.
Time. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, that's like, it's not even something where you can like find
April O'Neil. That's like,
huh?
People are obsessed with April O'Neil today, but that's because she was, you know, crazy proportions.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, some of those frames, her proportions are wild. Nada can shelf warm. I guess I said it wrong, Lee. I do like that he corrected me, but he also messed up because he meant to say pronounce Nada, but he said pronounces Nada.
He's drunk. Fuck off.
You know, I like fucking with Lee because Lee like dings me on every little thing, so it's fun to find his like his mistakes.
His weakness.
All right, but so this I think this is the first Thundercats wave that only has 3 figures.
Yeah, that's really interesting. I mean,
which makes me a little scared because I want them to complete the Lunatex. They still have to do fucking Tugmug.
Is Willa the other girl, the other maiden girl or whatever? It came out before
Willa?
her? Huh?
Willa?
Yeah.
Yeah. What about her?
How did that figure come out? Because I remember.
Not great.
Okay. I remember when she got announced, I was impressed with this sculpt, and I was like, oh, the knees on this figure look really good. Like, the joints on the knees, and this was like early days of the channel. So I know she wouldn't have come out for like a year.
I mean, I hope it comes out good. I don't know. But we'll see. I'm drunk. Fuck off. Anyhow, John, is there any other stuff to say?
Other cartoons that gave us boy boners.
Okay, so April O'Neil was one. Gadget was one.
It's not a cartoon, but the scene where Vicky Vale is kissing up the arm of the Joker got me all hot and bothered as a kid.
Yeah, that was. I mean, but that's fucking Kim Basinger, man. I mean, like, yeah.
This I am the Starman super chat for $2 says my brother specifically married a Gadget lookalike.
Wow.
It's just an actual mouse.
I like that. Betty Bubble or Betty Rubble was definitely one. Also Wilma and Betty, I think, were a good look. Obviously the Scooby-Doo. I mean, they hit us pretty hard, dude.
Mm-hmm.
They hit us pretty hard. John, who is your most attractive Disney princess? Let's get real manly here. Let's get real manly. If you had to marry, okay, I'll say marry because I don't want to get blue. Okay,
Marion is yours? Is that what you said?
No, I'm saying if you had to wed, because you can't have premarital relations, because you know my daughter's into princesses now, so I have to keep it over. But what is your top? How about is it like a top? What's your top three?
I don't know if she's a top. I would assume she is.
Oh,
Jasmine.
Jasmine is mine, but I'm Middle Eastern.
Oh,
John, you stole my girl.
You win by default.
You stole my lady, John.
I'm sorry. But it's correct though. It's the right answer.
It's great. Oh, this is a good one too. Esmeralda.
Plus, she has a cat. We love cats. So.
Oh, dude, that cat would fuck you up, man. If you even tried some shit, that cat would. Esmeralda is a good one from The Hunchback of.
Oh, right.
Notre Dame. Have you ever played Dragon's Lair?
If I played one, it was probably the NES one, which was not the same thing, not like the arcade. So I can't say for sure. It was like a totally different game.
I mean, speaking of like, it's not fair. It's
like this, right? Yes.
This was like our fucking childhood right here. The Princess Daphne from Dragon's Lair.
Yeah, this is growing up as a kid, this is what animated movie women were like all the time.
Yeah. Like that's not even fair.
Yeah, you were defeated before you pressed play on the VCR.
Yeah. You got mice, attractive mice. Everything was like attractive.
Crazy.
Anyhow, what a way to end this. Are we sad?
I am now.
John, let's come up with a estimated date when we could play video games together on a live stream. Let's just put something, even if we have to push that date.
Fuck. Well, I often have more availability than you. So I think putting it in your court is the ball, that is. Passing the ball into your court. You didn't even catch it. So
okay.
I just tossed the ball and you got hit in the face with it.
No, I got it. Flipboard's supposed to show up in April. I've been pretty busy trying to get all that organized. Let me get those out. Okay. Then I could just ignore all the. No, I'm just joking. I was going to make a QC joke. Get those out. And then could we say
when?
April.
It's January 17th, and you're like, after April, we could start playing games?
Dude, you know how long it takes to get shit set. Okay, do you think we could do that beforehand? You think we could do it in February?
We could literally do it next week.
Okay.
There's no reason not to.
Then okay, well, let me ask you this. If we could literally just do it like this, how come we haven't done it?
Because we have other shit when we're lazy. Come on. You know that. So I have a Switch, but I need to buy whatever game that we're going to play together if we don't already own it, which I'm sure we don't because I buy stuff for PlayStation. So I have to buy the game. Then I also need to buy my Nintendo service, which not that it's a big deal. Yeah, rotoscoped cartoons in the 80s look like this.
Although I think this was in the 90s.
Whatever. 1992 it says. All the same. But we could, so I just need to we need to decide whatever game it is. I need to buy it. I need to pay for my Nintendo service and then bring it in here and set it up with this whole Mac situation. So I bought this and I bought a nice network Ethernet splitter so that we can not lose service or delay or whatever. So then we just have to rely on the bad Nintendo online service.
Dude, I was into this chick.
Oh, what about Witchblade? I want to talk about comic ladies.
Yeah, Witchblade was another one. Witchblade was a really good story too.
You read it?
Yeah, I read the first.
I looked at it.
I mean, if you get into comics, there's a million references. I'm just talking about cartoons.
Yeah, just type it. I guarantee you could say like,
dude, you know which chick I was like in love with? Oh, what a fucking loser I am! Holy shit! Is this one? Do you remember her?
Oh my god, you're not a loser for this. Yes, this is one that I like desperately would want. Somebody made a custom with some Marvel Legends figures and it was gorgeous. But
dude, I would if they made Wildcat figures, like,
and it's got to be somebody good though. I don't want fucking like let Mafex do it or something. I don't want Marvel Legends to make this shit. Or McFarlane.
Well, McFarlane made what's his name, Grifter,
yeah,
which is technically a Wildcats character, but
I don't want either of those companies doing. I don't want I
want Wildcats to be made by Mafex or Mondo or
if Alex Brewer made this, we'd all be in trouble.
I know. But these chicks, you know what? Leo Denver's right. These chicks have horrible personalities. You're right. So you know what?
Was her personality bad? I mean, most of the 80s females that we have been looking at were all like, oh, I'm so stupid. You know?
No, like, but not this one. She was a badass.
I think she's a badass for sure. That's what I'm saying. I don't think she had it bad.
I don't like how your childhood was trash mocked me. He said, sure it was. He said, I had to watch his porn for the plot too.
Yeah.
And I did him a favor. God. Red Monica is a good one from Battle Chasers. There is a super chat right here. If someone will send me a JoyToy, I will add the cloak of Target, you mean, and Staff of FOMO to the Flipboard cosplay. I'll even shave my legs. Ooh.
Greg, you're behind on the cosplay.
Greg, I don't know if you follow my Instagram, but you better, if you're gonna do some Flipboard cosplay, you better come correct because holy shit, there is a guy out there that just fucking, I mean, he just fucking nailed it, dude. So I mean, you gotta beat that guy. Anyway, Gem and the holograms, of course, Gem, dude. Okay, you know what's an embarrassing one?
Okay,
is the Chipettes. Do you remember what's the but I don't want the 3D version. Is it the Chipettes? I'm talking these Chipettes right here.
Right.
I mean, come on, John. I'm not made of stone, you know? You telling me that you guys in the chat, not one of the Chipettes you were thinking of? You fucking liars. Everybody in this chat is a fucking liar. Anyway.
For those specifically?
Huh?
For those specifically, you're saying?
There has to be somebody who was like attracted to a Chipette, like even in their darkest moments.
So here, if you just type in, God, there's people doing like artwork based around the hottest girls of the 80s. obviously.
Yeah, obviously. Okay, you have obviously She, but these are obvious ones like
Right, these
She-Ra
are
and Baroness
mostly
and all that.
obvious. I think, what's her face, from Ghostbusters is one you would initially not think of, but then you're like, "Oh, yeah,"
No,
especially
she's
as a kid.
oh, the Janine from the animated Ghostbusters is
Oh, look at
great.
this. Man, getting all kinds of feelings. Be
John, this is
careful,
bad.
you start clicking on stuff too
We're going.
far
We're
and
going. I think we're losing viewers. By the way, this is bad.
it is bad. But
Look at
there's
what a
somebody for
liar.
every generation.
I don't like how look at Stripe just lying. You're a fucking liar, dude. Oh yeah, the one the Space Jam girl or whatever.
Yeah. So, it's a problem.
Isn't
This
it
is what
crazy how
this is
like
how we grew up.
certain cells of April O'Neil are just insanely hot? Like they'll just one animator was just feeling it. You know what I mean? Like
Oh, right. Yeah. That's a problem.
yeah. But these are like obvious ones. But like the Chipettes wouldn't be obvious. Like everybody's like
Right.
Tila. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. Agreed. I understand. It's okay.
anyhow, I think we learned that we're sick in the head. Edibles are bad. Everyone in
Well,
this
when you
chat is a
double dose,
liar.
for sure.
I won't say everybody in this chat is a liar, but 80% of you guys are liars.
Oh, for
But I
sure.
still love you all. And then
I know.
we shouldn't curse. Where's that guy? Where's that cursing guy? Come back here.
This comment.
I know. So, yeah, exactly. What are we surprised about?
Ugh.
All right, John. Should I end this off with a soliloquy?
Yes,
Should I end it
please.
off with a rap, John?
Please. Oh my God, please. Yes. And you have control of ending this, so we're not going to get any surprise endings.
Okay, guys. Let's do. No, I don't have a rap in me. I'm gonna end this off with John. What can we end this off on? I don't have a plan.
Let's alternate lines for a rap.
Alternate lines for a rap. Okay,
Yeah.
you go.
I go first. Okay.
No, because you proposed the idea.
Okay, that's fine. If you look behind me on the blue screen, it's you.
Oh God.
That's because screen you can rhyme a lot of that. This isn't good.
Yeah, but I don't know the subject. In order to,
if you look behind me, there's a blue screen.
But what I don't know where you're going. What is the theme
That's
of
the
this
fun
rap?
of it. You can take it anywhere. It's this improv.
If you look behind me, there's a blue screen. You're making a scene. Scene rhymes with screen.
I know, but it's a very short line. How are you going to
rap?
What,
guys? John doesn't know how to fucking rap. Okay,
what are you talking about? I don't know how to rap.
He doesn't even know. He doesn't even know the difference between hard rhymes and soft rhymes. Okay, that's the problem.
But that's not a line. If you were going to do a soft rap, you would need to bring in two lines to.
No, John. Here, let me tell you your issue, and this is a note that I have for the rap
now
song.
Now that you have the two lines, rap it and let us see what that would look like.
No, I can't rap.
You can't. I know you can't.
This is your problem. This is also the issue that you had with the '90s rap. Is you rap. So '90s rap is like, my name is this, here to say, da 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 da, wait, da 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 da, break, and like it would just rhyme the end. But that's not. Like we're in the age now of post Eminem. You gotta be rhyming in the middle too.
I understand that, but like I gave you
the last word.
I gave you a line and you gave part of the second line, which could continue and have more to it. I don't know.
But you're not giving me a scene. You're going, hey, there's a blue screen. What am I supposed to do with that?
Whatever you want. Whatever you want. Chuckle skirt. No.
John, let's do rap. How about
you go first?
I can't rap that way.
You go first.
I can't rap that way.
Yeah, no, you can't. You go first. Give me a line.
Jonathan Maxwell doesn't know how to rap.
Because everything I say is a bunch of crap.
Yeah, but see, I gave you a subject. I didn't just go, hey, there's a blue screen behind me.
That's what I'm saying. Give me something. Don't give me context, even though the context is right fucking in front of you. It's a turtle
Jonathan Maxwell? He's a chump.
You're still giving me context.
What happened?
Yeah, I said you're still giving. I gave you a visual context. There's a turtle com. It's a mat.
Okay, but I'm obviously not good at that. I'm obviously not good at it.
God.
Just admit.
I won't admit.
Says, just admit you both suck at improv.
I would not admit that because what I got
John,
a
I will say, Timbo, John takes improv very seriously. I'm not as good as John when it comes to improv. I'll admit it.
yeah.
John, I'm not as good as you when it comes to like it, but you're like a trained actor and shit like that.
But you and I, when we want to do story time stuff, that's like the best moments of the show.
What, story time?
Yeah, when we make fucking the story of the guy that made stickers for the HasLab.
Oh yeah, that's right.
The Ecto. Like we go on for like 10 minutes. Created a whole narrative.
I know.
Maybe next time.
I'm sad now. Sorry, chat. We did let you down. Anyway, I'm gonna end the stream right now. And John, is there anything funny you could? Dude, I feel like we are bombing horribly right here at the end. Like, I feel like I don't even want to do this live chat anymore. I think I really think that 2025 is not our year, as you're plugging for your fucking channel that I see you plugging in the chat.
No, that's automated.
Oh, it's automated. Okay. Anyway. All right, guys. That's it. That's
best
the
ending of the year.
Yeah, I'm gonna end the stream right now. Joy Toy, it's a joy. I'm a boy. Jumping on a convoy. Jonathan Maxwell doesn't know how to rap properly.